Hey everybody, Robert B. Moran, life coach. That actually is my day job. I'm a life coach. I've written one book, I'm writing my second book now, and I'm flat broke. Which has got some benefits to it. One is it helps me relate to my fellow comics, recent college graduates, and anybody that's ever invested in Bitcoin. So one of the things with being a life coach is that I do these things called TGM Comedy. Everybody been to TGM Comedy? It's like a workshop on Zoom. While I was there, somebody had said, well, why would anybody want a life coach who's on government assistance? Which is something I've been afraid to address. Because it's actually true. So I said, well, I'm just going to go with that. So why would anybody want to be with a life coach who's on government assistance? And I've been doing it since June, and I can tell you, nobody. So one of the things is, I'm a certain kind of reparenting, certain kind of life coach that does reparenting, which is basically going back with a person into their childhood to see the events that are still hindering them today. So a few from my life. We didn't have a lot of money growing up, so what happened was my mom said, well, we can't afford to send you to college. You got to find your own way, which is a lot to lay on an eighth grader. So my guidance counselor tried to help out and said, well, you can go to a military school, Bob, and if you go to military school, then they'll pay for everything. So I said, that's what I'm going to do. So I told my dad, I'm going to go to military school. It's a real tough school to get into. And he gave one of the shortest motivational speeches known to mankind. He said, son, I bet you don't get in. So that's the kind of parenting that I've had. But to be fair to him, though, he was in a family, and his father abandoned him when he was 40 years old. So he didn't have a father, so he lived with a tough situation, single mom, all that kind of stuff. So for me, the issue of making money has been a problem that I've had for a long time. I just want to give my time away. I don't want to get paid. Sounds like a job description for an open mic comic, doesn't it? So one of the things was this fear of saying, yes, I'm a life coach. I was so afraid to say that, but when I came here, I was able to say it. And it was really great, And that's one of the things that life coaching and open mic has done for me. I can start to tell the truth about myself and not feel so self-conscious. So my next thing was I became a life model. Anybody know what a life model is? Yeah. All right, my man. Yeah, a life model in the old days they called it a nude model. But I don't look really that good nude, so that's a life model. I'm just showing you what the life of a 61-year-old guy who can't pay his bills looks like. I'm actually going to go to Mass Art tomorrow, and it's a lot of fun. I get up there in front of the crowd, everybody stares at me, rapt attention, just complete silence. It's kind of like when I'm up here. But I do enjoy it, and one of the things that being a life coach is a lot of times it's trying to figure out what are ways that you can say things to help you motivate somebody and get their attention and help them to advance in their life. So there's the old saying, when life hands you a lemon, just pretend it's something else. And that's what I do as a life coach. Just pretend life is better. Just forget about all your problems. If you think that you've got problems, in some circles they would call that creative visualization. Imagine life the way you like it to be. Others modalities, they may call that manifestation or the law of attraction. Other places they just call that being delusional. But it works. You just pretend that life is the way you want it to be, and next thing you know, you're a life coach. So the other thing with life coaching, a lot of times it's job problems that people have. They want some help with that. And I used to work at Lowe's in New Jersey, a big box place. And one of the things there, thank you, was I hated certain parts of the job. And I think the only thing worse than being unemployed is being in a job that you hate, right? And can we agree with that? Woo! So one of the things I hated about that, the press people would come in and they always want me to take them over to aisle 14, which is where the rope was. So I'd walk them over to the rope aisle and they'd be talking all, they had a breakup, their pet died, different problems with health, blah, 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 blah. But as a life coach, you learn to not listen to people. Just tune them out. And it's all about me. Actually, my therapist says that my narcissism causes me to misread social cues. But I think she's just hitting on me. Okay, Robert B. Moran, life coach. Thanks, everybody.